What is up, guys? Gar the Sand back at it again with another video. Maybe I'll start doing weekly uploads because this is my third video in a row for weekly, but we'll just have to wait and see. So based off the title, you guys already know what the video is going to be about, but today the video is going to be about Yup, you read that right. I purposely did that little pause. This video is going to be about why Jojo's is overrated. And you saw in that little under the text, I said trigger warning. And it's very apparent that if you truly are going to get mad at this, it's better for you to just leave rather than leave a hateful comment just because I'm putting out something I feel. I think this is just an opinion, not fact, because what I say isn't fact. But if you're one of those Jojo fans that'll get mad if I talk bad about it, I'd rather just click out the video. It's okay. We all have our opinions. So I'm just putting that out there. With that said, I'll be going over 3 points in this video to why I feel that Jojo's is overrated. 1 will be the memes. 2 will be the story. And 3 will be the hype it gets. Now, the memes are a thing that are very prevalent in JoJo's culture for the fans. Like we all know about, is that a JoJo's reference? Oh, you're approaching me? When Joseph says, oh no! You know, many examples, you can look up JoJo's memes all over the place. And I don't necessarily think the JoJo's memes are even bad. Like, they don't necessarily, equate to my humor. Like, I don't really like them too much, but like that's not even the reason that I think it becomes overrated. I feel as if the memes hype up the show more than it really deserves it. Like, the memes give it like, oh, JoJo's is so funny, man, because of these memes. Like, people watch the show because of the memes, and I feel like that can just become a problem because sometimes people should really watch the show because it's good, not just because they see a funny meme about it, because that's like just not, I mean, it's a way to bring in viewers, but I don't know if that's just the way you should bring in viewers, because it overhypes it. Because before I started watching JoJo's, friends would always like quote the aura or other stuff, so I always wanted to get in on it, wanted to know what the memes were about. So I watched the show and I was like, yeah, I love the show. Like, I actually think the show's pretty good, but being overrated doesn't automatically mean the show's bad. Like, I just think it deserves a little bit too much hype. I think it deserves a little less hype than what it actually has, is what I meant to say. Just messing up a little bit there. But like, I just feel the memes in JoJo's could definitely not bring the humor of the show to the point of where it is. Basically, I'm saying that the memes make the show sound funnier than what it really is. Like, show's good. I guess it's pretty good, but definitely not as good as the memes will make it out, and really doesn't deserve all the memes it gets, which is part of what being overrated is all about. The second reason to why JoJo's is overrated, I would have to say, is the story. Now, before I continue, I would like to say the story is nice from JoJo's, and I'll try my best not to spoil a lot or too much by what I'm trying to say. But you know what being overrated is all about is getting more hype than what the story deserves. We look at part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. All have some nice characters, some cool villains, good abilities that come from the characters. But we look at the story as a whole, and just sometimes it's kind of confusing and can just be downright weird sometimes. And I mean, some shows are also accustomed to doing that. But with JoJo's, the story just really, I don't know how to put it. Oh, no, I do know how to put it. That's why I'm doing this part, obviously. But you know me, I usually don't use a script when I do these videos because I'm more an off-the-cuff guy when it comes to making YouTube, because that's just the way I work sometimes. But I'm just trying to say the story is good, but not the hype it gets good. Like, I'll tell you just straight up, my favorite part is part 4, because the villain was always being shown. I like the villain a lot. The main character, Josuke Hagakashi, I think is how you say his last name, not completely sure. He's Nice main character. I love his stand. Diamond is unbreakable, or I believe it's something like that. Or is that a stand? It might just be the name of the whole party itself. I think it might be the name of the whole party itself. But I'm going off on a different thing. I like his stand, all that stuff. So I'm trying to let some good things come out of JoJo's, because I don't want this to sound like a complete hate on JoJo's, but I do feel that the story is subpar. Yep, I think it's a little subpar. It's good, but subpar. And basically, the par that is being sub is what people put it at. I feel when I watch a show, the story that everyone to describe and tell me how good it was, it's subpar. That's what I feel like the show is to me. Like, I know some of you guys, a lot of you guys won't agree on me. For those JoJo's fans out there, if you're still watching this or got this far, I just think the story is subpar, and that's where I would put it at. I'm sorry, guys, but I just feel like that's a point to help why JoJo's is overrated. With that said, we're going to go on to our third point. And last, but certainly not least, probably the most important one, honestly, saving best for last, you know how it is. The hype that JoJo's gets. Now, this basically will sum up everything else that's been said. The hype it gets goes into any other point you're going to bring up, because that's what being overrated is all about. Getting more hype or getting more love, all that, than you deserve, or than the show deserves itself. Now, where I'd go with JoJo's is just the hype, the community, the fans, all those people just give it so much love, so much praise for being such a good show. And man, I know at this point I'm gonna sound like I hate JoJo's, I'm a hater on JoJo's, but I'm just gonna sit here and just continue talking normally after that. I don't hate JoJo's, nothing against it. Think the show's good, subpar to the hype it gets, but still good nevertheless. But with that said, I'm gonna continue talking about the hype it gets, and if you think I hate it, just remember I said this, because I don't hate the show at all. But with that, the hype it gets, man, JoJo's, it's just crazy sometimes. You look at the show, like, people be quoting, or Zawardo, oh, you're approaching me, or, oh no, or any of those stuff. Is that a JoJo's reference? Like, all that stuff, I just been surrounded by that before I watched the show, and just watching it out of my experience, man, it just wasn't it. It just wasn't what I felt. Like, I watched it, man, and I just felt like, is this really what everyone was hyping over? Like, I felt like there just should have been more. I felt it was incomplete, my guy. Like, there was stuff it could have gone over, or the story, there was places the story could have done better. The villains could have been improved on, sort of. And, the main characters actually were probably like the best feature I think JoJo's has. Like, the main characters of each part I've like always liked. I think they're pretty good, especially Josuke. But with all that, yeah, I just think that, man, the hype is just over the roof for what it deserves, because that's what being overrated is all about. Like, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot here, but that is what being overrated is. I don't know the exact dictionary definition, but I do feel that JoJo's is just extremely overrated, man. It just has all the stuff about it. Everybody just loves the show like it's their newborn child or something. And it's like, it's crazy for me watching it. There's just like it's like a circle, and there's just like sort of small black hole in the middle, and there's just like something missing. That's what I felt like when I was watching JoJo's, man. I felt as if there's just supposed to be something there. Like, it just wasn't. Like, it was tough for me to, like, because I kept feeling like, why am I not, like, getting it? Why is everyone, like, obsessing over this show, but I'm just out here, like, sort of vibing with it. Like, I'm sort of feeling it. I couldn't tell, man. It just felt so off with me, because I was like, are you serious? This is what everyone's been hyping about? And it's like, it didn't get me mad or anything. It just got me confused to why people were hyping over it, and I just couldn't relate to it myself. I couldn't feel it like everybody else could. And I sort of wish I could, because then I'd see the show as good as others, but I don't want to say I'm seeing the realistic light, because obviously I don't see everything better than everyone else. I just see in my light, the way I saw the show, man. I think it was a little overhyped and definitely could have, I definitely think it could have been better if it really wanted to live up to the hype. Not saying that I could make it better that much, but I definitely could have seen some things that could have been better, could have been worked on, honestly. But, I mean, I could like ramble on, but I know I'd constantly repeat myself, say a bunch of stuff that you heard already, and I don't want to make it sound like a rant, because then people are going to get the wrong idea about it again, even though I did say that I don't hate JoJo's. But with all that said, I think I'm going to end the video here. In the comments, tell me how you guys feel about the trap sax I'm putting in the background now, and the transitions are a little different instead of just using one picture for the whole time. I'm trying to work on like the way I recorded this is going to be a little different, so I hope you guys appreciate it. Just give me some feedback so I can make this channel accustomed to what my viewers want, what they like to see, because that's how you get better, that's how you grow, that's how you improve. I need to know what you guys think so that I can get better, and I just want you to hear your feedback in the comments. For anybody who got this far, it would be a pleasure for me to know. Thank you guys for watching. With all that said, Guard the Sand, it's been lit. Peace out.